You are watching FSL. Cheesy nachos. Ages Infinite Cyclists. Angry Space Bears. Hold the Boys.
You're live.
Oh, hey everyone. Hello to all the first-time chatters. For the record, I'm just as confused as you people, but I'm going to try to explain this. So, what you have stumbled upon is a casual StarCraft league. We've got multiple teams, similarly skilled players from each of these teams take each other on in these matchups. Today it's going to be my team of Infinite Cyclists versus the team of Rage's Raiders. Revenant Rage, we've got you on with us too, right?
Yep.
So, for the record, yes, FSL is kind of in between ESL and GSL in letters, but the F stands for fun. We have high, middle, low skilled players. We also do 2v2. And we are about halfway through a season with teams taking each other on. There's 5 of them. And we've got some fun stuff on top of that because we have been updating our FSL website. And we have been voting and giving different players some ratings based on different skill levels. If we could show some of that on screen. Tell you what, I'm not shy. Go ahead and show mine. And yes, anyone in chat can vote too if you think you've got some good insight on play here. It's !FSL_review. And KJ, are we able to... Yeah. Exactly, so... Yeah, we're up in our production a little bit. Just while we're waiting there, yeah. We're going to be starting with a 2v2 match. It's going to be Green Empire and Great Archon versus Revenant Rage and Wind Shadow. Yeah, so there I am. I'm Hyper Turtle. If you watched a lot of Pylon Show, you might remember me hogging a lot of the Patreon questions. I won Code A one season. And can we show my... Has anyone voted on my statistics yet?
Nope.
Oh. Alright, bad example then. Anyway, another thing we wanted to bring up, we've got new logos, both for my team and Revenant Rages. And we are playing around with some other stuff we can do as well. Can we go ahead and get Revenant Rage on camera? In fact, let's get our teammates on camera too.
Works.
Hey everybody.
Howdy.
So we've been explaining to people some of the fun little things we've been doing by voting on player statistics, making little spider charts. Revenant Rage, have you voted on anything yet?
No, I've been meaning to take the time, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was doing an auditing report for my employer over the week, so I've been busy skimming through other stuff, but this weekend, there we go. Yeah, micro, macro, what is that? Clutch, creativity, aggression, strategy. What exactly is clutch? KJ, could you explain that one?
Well, if you guys have a question on clutch, then you don't play sports, right?
You might
I'm just
have me
kidding.
there. I did some taekwondo and I did downhill skiing.
Yeah,
So
no, it is just about how clutch you are in terms of, let's say game 7, and you can actually see the voting guide on the
okay.
website. It will explain. Let's show that on stream. It will
Okay,
explain
cool.
each.
And no, these aren't 5 casters. We're just interviewing the people who are going into the match. I'm gonna be your guide. I'm gonna be your caster.
There you go. I'm showing on
And
stream what
okay.
the definitions are for you.
Everybody's 2.0. It's Green Empire in that spot. He likes to play around. War Buddies is actually feeling ill today, so best wishes go out to him.
Because he was up late all night playing Direct Strike.
Goofball. Alright. So... Yeah, so... We've got it all spelled out. How do we join this? Green Empire, you may have played him on ladder, or you might have seen that match where him and War Bunnies were doing a 2-on-1 against Cyril, and Green Empire basically won while War Bunnies just basically sent an Oracle in that promptly died to a Spore Crawler. So that I know that got some attention. If you want to join this, go ahead and send a private message to hyper_turtle on Discord. We've got a bit of a process. We want to make sure that you know what you're getting into and that you're going to be a good fit. But all right, there we go. We've got YouTube streaming, but we've also got Twitch, so we're simulcasting. So I just wanted to cover quickly. So for my team, I've got representatives Empire and Great Archon. They're going to be taking on Team Captain Revenant Rage and Wind Shadow. How's everyone feeling today?
Nervous.
Fantastic.
Okay, that is a little bit of a
Nervous.
discrepancy.
You should feel nervous.
Too much Dr. Pepper, man.
Oh yeah.
Never.
Or not
No,
enough.
Yeah, that's not possible. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Pepper at one point it was considered a medicine, but yeah, then they wised up. Alright, we're going to be starting on Emerald City, going on to Crimson Research Lab. Empire and Great Archon, you've played together a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Hold it, yeah.
I know I tried to get you to. Okay, good, I'm glad. So, since we got so many people on here, let's show them what it actually looks like when we play. I'm gonna cut the talking a little bit shorter. So, Emerald City. Okay, I'm bringing you in. We're going to be putting them into separate chat channels, and we're going to hit the road. Good
Look,
luck,
have fun,
everyone.
losers.
Have fun, everyone.
GLHF.
Yep. GLHF.
Okay. Is it too late to sub in max packs? Yes. Okay, and yeah, I'm not actually KJ Freedom. He's doing production. I'm the talker. I'm Hyper Turtle. All right, everybody's ready. We are going to be going to Emerald City. Now, Empire, he's primarily been doing 2v2, and he has been scary. He is a real master of just keeping his opponent overwhelmed with Zerglings, while his teammate kind of comes in for the killing blow. Wind Shadow and Revenant Rage, yeah, they're going to be both doing double duty today. Revenant Rage is actually going to be doing the high-level game, even though he's a little bit closer to middle range. Wind Shadow's going to be off racing for Code B. Alright. So, in the upper left, we have the green Protoss, Wind Shadow. We have the light blue Terran, Revenant Rage, and together they are represented.
Rages, Raiders.
Their opponents, the Terran in the red, the Zerg in the blue. They are fighting for
Empire.
Alright,
Infinite
we are
Cyclists.
starting out fairly normally. The team of Infinite Cyclists walling off the main, while their opponents walling off one entrance to their natural. However, this is Emerald City, so there are two different entrances you can go through. The stairs actually being a lot harder to wall off here. Both of them with rocks, blocking a little bit of the way as well. And yeah, not too much to talk about just yet. Wind Shadow taking a look around. The team of Infinite Cyclists just waiting for that Overlord to make it to the other side. As I said, Empire, he likes the Zerglings early on. He likes to cause a lot of havoc. And we are going to be going with the Reaper Scout from Revenant Rage. Wind Shadow Okay, saving up money for that Nexus. And that spawning pool is going to be ready well before the Reaper even spawns, much less makes it across the map. We're going to find out what we can find out. Wind Shadow, by the way, plays a little of all the races, as does Great Archon. And the two Reapers not even entering sight from each other. The Reaper Revenant Rage taking the tiny bridge. Whereas Great Archon arriving about the same time as the Overlord. And we are going to get that command center delayed a little bit. Excellent move there. Green Empire's Zerglians and Queen more than ready to keep the Reaper from creeping too close. Right now the Queen just stepping off the creep, doing what it can to defend. And the Overlord making its way, keeping some distance between itself and that Stalker. So far, Revenant Rage has not started continuing, he's not resumed the building of the command center yet. The team of Infinite Cyclists being very disruptive. Great Archon already researching Stimpack, as is Revenant Rage. Speed just about to complete. This is where Green Empire can be quite the nuisance and very intimidating. I know that Revenant Rage was mentioning, yeah, that command center is still not being resumed. It's just sitting there for the moment. Alright, finally, no? SCV's mining, actually. Okay, yeah, I think Revenant Rage has just forgotten about that. I think they've got him thrown off a little bit. He said he was nervous, and, well, he's showing a little bit.
He also doesn't play Terran, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here. I mean, obviously, I think they're planning for some earlier aggression. They don't want to give Green Empire and Great Archon, who are both top players as far as our league goes.
Oh, you have a question on chat.
They don't want to get them their footing. So the lineups, they can, in some cases. You're always allowed to play above your ranking. So if Code B or Code A wants to play up in Code S, they can on their own judgment. Playing below your normal ranking is a bit more complicated. You have to off-race, and it has to be a race where you are consistently ranked. We have to know that you're at a lower league at that level. And there we go. The infamous, very tall, hallucinated Colossus. Usually when we see that, and they're not grouping it with other Colossus, usually that's an accident, but you might as well scout with it. Colossus do get high ground vision. KJ, they're asking if your mood is Zen or Rage. I think some of them think I'm KJ. I'm not. I'm merely Hyper Turtle. However, I'm pretty rageful myself. I've been juggling a whole lot of things over the last week. They're going to be working on the windows in several rooms in my house, including this one, which is why I'm not actually in a different room. My desk is just at a different angle, and if you saw earlier, I have not had a chance to actually make sure that my StarCraft posters are more or less lined up with each other. So yeah, I am rageful. So, getting back on that, we've got the upgrades flowing out right now. Great Archon has +1 attack. Both Terrans have stim. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to keep pointing that out. This is what my usual co-caster, War Bunnies, calls Ling O'Clock. It's where the Lings just don't lay off. They're constantly making it difficult to keep teching up, to keep expanding. And then eventually, there's going to be a whole lot of them.
Good cancel there.
And, yep, very much. And that's after, if you remember, they were already delaying that command center from Revenant Rage. Now this is where things get a bit uglier. We've got a siege tank in the back, good amount of infantry.
Oh, Revenant Rage is not joining the fight. He's just kind of chilling there.
The Zerglian's taking a little little bit of time to join in, and I don't think they're going to be able to do much to get that high ground once the siege tank is sieging. They very wisely back off, but just the fact that they're still keeping Wind Shadow from taking a third.
Yeah, I think they could have kept that base if he was together with his teammate, but unfortunately he was out of position.
I think, and I'll have to verify with them, but I think there were a lot of last-minute roster changes for the day. We make sure we've got...
they get in.
Yes, indeed they do. This is that Ling clock. This is what I'll keep talking about on and on. And in the meantime, while they're up there, they have to keep that siege tank from doing further damage. This is one of those great points where your own wall can work against you. Alright, he is just going for it. Targeting down the first tank, targeting down the second, but sacrificing a great bit in the meantime. And Great Archon has been driven away. Meanwhile, however, Green Empire's Lings are still uncontested. They are killing a lot of workers. Right now, Revenant Rage only has 17 SCVs. And his teammate Wind Shadow, I guess doing okay with 41 probes, but they're continuing to dwindle. It's never just a training exercise. Fight every battle as if it's the decisive one. And we have another raid. You know, I really appreciate that. That is Goblin SC2.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Huge raid.
I was just finishing explaining what the heck it is we're doing, but I'm probably gonna have to explain it again. These are team leagues, and currently this pair is our entry into the 2v2 for the day. The team of Infinite Cyclists versus the team of Rage's Raiders. We have Revenant Rage and Wind Shadow taking on the team of Green Empire and Great Archon, who are a bit higher ranked. And so far, well, if you look at the map, there is a lot of creep on it. There is a gold base taken by the team of Infinite Cyclists, who have repeatedly been able to delay their opponent's expansions. Green Empire even researching burrowing right now. And a lovely Ling Roach combination along with Marine, Marauder, Siege Tank from his teammates. Nice Psionic Storm, but they don't stay in it for long. And yes, Matheson, of course, is our bot. You know, he's got a bit of personality, but, you know, we appreciate him. So I'm going to say, if you haven't yet, please look at the supply. We're at the point where the Infinite Cyclist team has double the supply of Rage's Raiders, and I think, I'm afraid, it might be downhill from here. Infinite Cyclists very likely to go ahead and put a point on the map, while Green Empire is attacking every mineral line at once with his Zerglings, while his teammate Great Archon holds the front. There is just so little that their opponents can do right now. That is a real Colossus this time, not a hallucination. And there we go. They are just going to see what they can get done. 3 siege tanks have something to say about that. Dictatorial dissolution, I have no answer to that. But, hey, good for you. Yeah, Revenant Raid, GG, is down to 15 supply. Wind Shadow, just gonna throw some more storms down and hope for a bit of a miracle. Yeah, driven further and further back to 63 supply. Less than half of just one of his opponents. Basically a quarter of the two of them combined.
Green Empire. Great Archon.
And well, not much else to say. So, for the many who joined in, each of these matchups, they're going to do 2 maps, worth 1 point each, that are going to count towards their team. It is going to be trying to get a total of 8 points. If they're tied, 4-4, then there's going to be an ace match, and we have the GG. A very dominant showing from the team of Green Pyre and Great Archon. Next up, we are going to be doing Crimson Research Lab. Why does Twitch not save my past broadcasts? Oh man, you gotta ask Twitch. But yes, I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys aren't trashing me too much. I'll try to keep the magic going. Alright, once again. Wind Shadow and Revenant Rage versus Green Pyre and Great Archon. And yes, we love our Goblin viewers. Goblin viewers are not just for Warcraft. There's more than enough goblins in StarCraft to go around. And we are ready to go. Crimson Research Lab. Beautiful colors.
You are watching FSL.
I'm afraid the gameplay is terrible.
Battle.net StarCraft just crashed. You have to restart. Hang tight.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Please don't go anywhere. So what do we do? Do we just have to force these closed then?
You might as well restart because we just started. So hang tight.
Alright. Right now it's
But
just
we'll
stuck
show the
loading
matchup
for me.
real quick.
Sure. Show the viewers something shiny. Maintenance shouldn't be until Wednesday.
Okay, I'm back.
You are? Okay.
It's
Should I
the
just
SC2
force,
crashing. That's what it was.
Okay, well, I'll force it closed on my side then. And I'll let everyone know what to do. And yes, indeed, Blizzard, fix your game. This has been an interesting one. I mean, we've had the arcade inject map, exploits for a while. I know right now there's a bunch of people. It might only affect the European servers, but there's a whole lot of people who are finding that right now they can't get achievements. It's not showing their purchases, and
Yeah.
they're not getting experience in co-op or multiplayer if they have anything left in that. So yeah,
Do we have a spider chart for one of these guys? I think Revenant Rage we do. Let's take a peek.
your friendly neighborhood spider charts. Eh?
Oh, no spider chart for A. Is he on S? No,
I thought
he
he
hasn't
was
been
A.
voted on.
I don't think he got promoted. I think he's just
Yeah, he hasn't gotten any.
had to go with that for the day. So yes, we're getting everyone back in now. Invite, invite, invite.
Yeah, it's 1-0 for the team league so far. Best
It is
of
indeed.
9.
What are spider charts? Spider charts are those lovely things where there's a bunch of ratings and the lines that measure them are pointing in different directions to sort of create a odd-looking pentagon, I guess. Are we going with 5 of them? Or But yeah, we're just we're voting to rate different skill sets of the players. And actually, you can even vote in chat with exclamation point FSL underscore review. But we do have our own lovely website going, where you can look at game history, player matchups. Cake or pie? Never heard of a cake chart, so we will go with the pie chart, just a very jagged one. Best of 9. So, 2 matches between the teams, 2 matches between our low-level players, which are considered Code B. Our mid-level players, Code A, each get 2 matches. Code S, the high levels, each get 2. And then, if there is a tie, we have an ace match. So that's how it works out there. And what was it? Crimson Research Lab. So that is the math. Not my speciality, but I think it all comes together there. So we are going to give this another try. We have all restarted our games. Tech support strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Tech support and RTS aren't that far apart. Especially when one is in the way of another. Alright, we're going to get going. Crimson Research Lab, this is another one where the players start fairly side by side. How much to join this FSL? If you want to join FSL, send me a message on Discord. I am hyper_turtle. And there is a vetting process. We just want to explain the whole thing to you. Things like the fact that we require people to be on camera, and that of course we expect people to behave. Alright. In the lower right, we have the blue Terran, Great Archon. We have the green, Zerg, Greenpire. And they are playing as
Infinite Cyclists.
Greenpire has been known to pray for his opponents, no worries. In the upper left, we have the light blue Protoss. We have the red Terran. They are
Rages Raiders.
I will tell you, if I could go back in time, I would probably go around to where Legacy of the Void first released, and while grinding co-op, but actually take better advantage of some of those special events and some of those XP boosts. Yes, so Greenpire, he's clowning a little bit. He is doing a proxy hatchery. Most likely he's going to be spawning that queen from there, and then throwing a bunch of roaches out. So I think they're going to try to end this quickly, but meanwhile, you see on the bottom middle, Wind Shadow also making a proxy pylon. So I don't think this game is going to go too long before the action kicks in. I think both teams want to get things started faster. I have no idea what KEKW means, and I don't want to know. I'm still trying to figure out whether the people who say LOL mean that they're either laughing out loud or they want me to play League of Legends instead, and they're going to lecture me endlessly about how supposedly the viewership is higher. And yes, we are going to be interviewing everyone at the end of this match. They are fairly casual, although Great Archon and Greenpire definitely play a little bit more seriously. They're very much into team games. And, oh boy, Blumyosha, yes, he takes this game very seriously. You see him in chat. He's a member of my Minnesota Barcraft group and was actually hanging out in Home Story Cup just recently. So if you have questions, ask him. All right. Things will be hitting. As expected, we are going with a Roach Warren and a Queen over there. We have not really seen what Wind Shadow's up to right now. He does, and just correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's actually researching... Oh, this is going to be a proxy Stargate. I was just saying that he hasn't done anything to research Warpgate. Great Archon coming in with multiple Reapers, so yeah, this is going to be a very action-packed game. There is not going to be a lot of build-up. We are going to be clashing big time straight out of the gates. Right now, Wind Shadow does not have that Stargate at home, and yet again, poor Revenant Rage has his command center delayed. This is indeed a beautiful disaster, and it's going to become more disastrous by the instant. The Stargate still hasn't completed. Revenant Rage is trying to do multiple star ports of his own. If you want to get into casting, the first thing you need to do is remember which race has the starport and which race has the Stargate. And yeah, just Reapers and Reapers. Very shortly, they're going to be joined by Ravagers. I don't think this is looking good for Rage's Raiders right now. Revenant Rage is down to 15 supply. In a moment, he might reach the single digits. And then, yeah, he's... Even with that ongoing, the Reapers aren't going anywhere. There is a Void Ray that's going to attack the enemy base. Revenant Rage down to 2 supply. He GG's right there. And I think it's all over. Now, if you want to know what Terran Tears look like, I'm afraid Revenant Rage is going to be showing you. We are going to be doing some highlight reels. Wind Shadow down to 7 supply. There isn't much else to say at this point. Although I will say that Void Ray currently uncontested. So, you know, if you don't want to dwell on the disaster that's going on in Rage's Raiders base, that Void Ray, that is the bastion of hope. There are 4 Marines in production, so they might have something to say about that soon, but for now, that Void Ray just destroying, and oh man. Wind Shadow Prismatic Alignment does not give you a bonus against Marines. It only makes it hard to escape from them. If only the Nexus could fly. You hear me there. For the record, I'm gonna be joining the Redditors and creating my own hypothetical balance patch before long. Just because I hate to be left out. And Flying Nexus is very much on there. GG, Infinite Cyclists has taken the first 2 points.
Infinite Cyclists.
I had a friend who was so bad at the game that it was very impressive. It was actually Brood War, and it was so impressive, he was very much upsetting the people he was playing against. It's like, wait, you're building nothing but missile turrets and I haven't made a flying unit yet? You're just insulting me now, dude. Okay.
Infinite Cyclists.
Welcome back. So, Revenant Rage, you mentioned that you were a little bit nervous about this. How did things play out compared to what you were expecting?
I think the first match we did better than I was expecting, and then the second match we were planning from the get-go to cheese. So I was gonna try to do a BC rush, but yeah, we just weren't ready for them to be able to do the same thing.
So Starport Stargate combo, and I will say both games. Great Archon. And do we have Great Archon on camera? Did that get dropped?
Yeah, he dropped.
But Great Archon, your Reapers, getting those command centers delayed. I think that was that snowballed things straight from the get-go in both matches.
Yeah, the first game we were going for more of a macro game. In the first game, we decided to rush,
and your opponents decided to try for kind of a more techie rush, but a rush nonetheless. So, and that's
the same idea. Yeah.
Kind of same idea. I think the proxy Ravager Reaper rush has a way of hitting first.
Yeah.
And Wind Shadow, just kudos on that Void Ray. It might not have won you the game, but it got a lot of kills.
It was a winner in my heart.
Exactly. It will go down in history as a little Void Ray that could.
It It did.
So I'm just gonna say we've got a lot of raiders, I guess, not necessarily Rage's raiders, but people who got thrown at us through Twitch raids. So I just want to know if anyone just has some stuff they want to say to all these people who have been asking a lot of questions about, what this league is like in chat.
It's in the name. Fun StarCraft League. Super fun.
Yeah, that's the abbreviation. It's very cute because the F originally stood for family, and then it was fun, and then so 3 minutes. There's some people who want to check my window and make measurements of it. So, all right, just I'm gonna turn off my camera for a moment and my mic. You guys keep talking. KJ, feel free to ask them some questions.
Sure. Let's see. Let's do this.
And just this is a good chance to promote what we've got here. I will be right back.
So maybe what will help? Why does it say War Bunnies? Oh, 2.0 Greenfire. Greenfire, tell us about what you know about this league, because there's a lot of new viewers, and what is this thing all about? You probably will be the best explainer, because you came into this towards season 7 or 8, right?
Yeah, so I think the net of it is it's a really fun, interactive community that's been built up over the past couple of years that's all about just doing fun little tournaments. I think there have been a few different iterations of it. There's been some bracket style 1v1 kind of best of 3 across a whole bunch of different spectrums of skill level, whether it be bronze, platinum, diamond, masters league, and more recently kind of this more team league format where you're with your team and you're trying to compete against all these different players. So I think it's just a really great, fun community for being able to ladder, being able to compete, but keep it really casual and have fun.
Nice. And are you familiar with what's going on with this whole... People are asking on the chat about the spider chart stuff. What is that all about?
Well, I think what the net of that is that we have the ability to be able to go and rank players based on... different skill levels.
Yeah, keep talking about it. I'm gonna show it on stream here.
Very, very similar to what you might see in like ESL or some of the other things. You can go and rate the players based on how good their macro ability is, their micro ability, a slew of other stats, and it's just a fun way to kind of see who's good at what, and kind of give your opinion on that.
Yeah, if you guys
It's
want
also
to
a good opportunity to get everyone to watch the previous games. It's always good to scout your opponents, and if you're ranking them, you got to pay attention.
Yeah, there's a command to get is it a review? I forgot the command.
Already.
There it is. It's on the chat. If you guys
Okay.
want to chat, if you want a chance to review, you can affect the scores here. Oh,
When are we adding in the heart rate monitors?
that's a good question.
Actually, way ahead of you. I actually just ordered this from Amazon. I was very much inspired by number one, the even before the EWC was broadcasting, I was noticing just how much my pulse was going up on my Fitbit, and I got even more curious. So I might be testing that out a little bit. So at the very least, you might see my pulse in a little widget.
Yeah, and one thing we didn't get to show on stream because it reset was the new team logos. So why don't we do that really quick?
Yep, let's do that right now. My team is Infinite Cyclists, and if you want to know what that's a pun on, you might have to play all the way through Legacy of the Void. But yes, the Infinite Cycle.
There's the new logo.
Yeah.
And
And
Captain
actually-
Outrageous Raiders.
Yeah, which actually is another pun on the campaign stuff, so I love it.
Raiders.
Okay.
Okay, so next up, are we ready for our Code A? I've got SCV Sir with me, and wait, who's Wind Shadow?
Ready.
Oh wow, Wind Shadow. Is there any match you're not in today?
Just the S and potentially an ace. Let's hope.
All right, we should just rename it the SL. Just the Wind Shadow League. I'm gonna get on it. But yeah, we're gonna get ready for our Code A. This is kind of the more mid-level players, so we're talking like maybe Gold 1 to Diamond 1, or maybe Platinum 3 to Diamond 1. It's shifted a little bit.
I'm still gold 1, platinum in my heart.
Gold
they
1 to
never.
Diamond 1
I
is a
never
pretty
got.
big range.
I never got that lovely glitch where it incorrectly showed me with a master's border, even though
I didn't.
even though the MMR showed differently. All right. So SCV, sir, just go ahead and introduce yourself. We got a lot of raiders today, not just rage-wise.
I don't have a introduction prepared, so
Okay,
I'm
tell
not really
them
sure.
tell them about those glorious earbuds you've got then.
Yeah, AirPod Pros work for 3 hours and then cut out in the middle of your match.
Okay, so yeah, choose your time. You gotta decide when to spend your minerals and your gas. You gotta decide when to scout, and you gotta decide when to just turn your AirPods off to conserve it for when you really need it, right?
Yeah, in the worst case scenario, you're taking one out, putting it in the case to charge, and then putting the other one in and swapping them, so you're 1 year at a time.
Oh, someone on the chat found your spider chart.
APA
Yep.
stands for AirPods.
It
for
does
me.
exist.
Yeah.
Yep. AirPods Minutes.
Or AirPod Micro. Yeah.
AirPod Micro, I love it.
Yeah, I
I
love that
consider it
too.
macro though. I consider it a macro mechanic. You got to get your in jack, your chrono
Yeah,
boost,
that's
and
true.
your mules, and you got to turn your AirPods
Right.
off and on.
AirPod background.
Okay, and Wind Shadow, do you have any secret weapons you need to tell us about?
Not really.
That's good.
They're
They're
because if you
secret.
did, it wouldn't be
They're
secret.
secret. You
When
can't
in doubt,
say the
when in
weapon.
doubt, Ice Storm. That's it.
I like that. That sounds like a good golden rule here. So I'm just going to get things set up. I'm going to get both of you back into party. And SCV, by the way, yeah, he's been great teaming up on the ladder with me, as well as just watching my ladder games and trying to talk me down when I'm ready to throw my mouse at the monitor. So, yep. And don't let his name deceive you. It's all a ruse. He actually plays Zerg.
I really desire to play Terran. I just can't do it. So,
Well, and that's where I'd say there's a happy medium, because there was a time when infestors could create infested Terrans, and then they removed it.
I remember
at
that
best-
time. That's when I was
at
playing
best-
last.
Exactly. So if you could just neural parasite the same SCV over and over,
Hey, Hyper
you
Turtle.
might be able to actually create an SCV. So that is my challenge for you this match, okay?
Green Pyre
I'm not going to hold you to it.
Does Green Pyre want to co-cast with you?
I think he does.
Just bring him in.
Of course I
Because
do.
he has not gone anywhere.
Nice.
And I do my best work if
I'm just vibing.
your bot still says season 9. That's season 8. That's a good catch, actually. We gotta fix Matheson up. He thinks we're still in the distant past here.
Purple Zerg. It's like I'm facing Lanix again.
Well, now's your
You may
time to
change
show
colors.
Lennox who's boss. Your color can be you. Okay.
Oh, it's just
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna be separating you up, and we're gonna be hitting ley lines.
Let's hit it up, Hyper Turtle.
All right. Pedal to the metal. Foot on the gas. Dust hitting. Eat my dust being eaten. I'm just gonna click start game. Thank you.
The spider shark shows, but it's so hard to see.
Oh, here, hold on. We gotta. I think we
Can
gotta.
I come
reload.
too?
Yeah, restart that.
Yeah.
Restart that.
Somehow, how did Mazel end up in our party? That is weird. Okay, here. I'm just gonna let them know.
Hang tight, guys. We're still
I
working
don't
on
think
production.
Mazel isn't even playing this season, is he?
No.
He is a wily veteran of FSL, but I find that very amusing. Here,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's restart this.
remake. Here. Yes, very much. Check your voting links. Okay, let's try this a little bit differently.
All right. It's 2-0.
It is 2-0. That last one that we just dropped did not count.
Windshadow's got some work to do.
He does. Tell them all about SCV, sir, because anytime he talks about what he's doing, he says how he's basically doing what you said he should in a Zerg matchup.
There's some truth to that. I think that ICV came back to StarCraft fairly recently.
Yep.
And I think he really understands like the fundamentals of an RTS. And so he has pretty strong macro and all that sort of goodness, but he does some quirky things every now and again.
Hold that thought, because in the upper right, we have the pink Zerg Ian.
SCB, sir.
And he is playing for
Infinite Cyclists.
his opponent, the Protoss. In the green, he is
Wind Shadow.
And he is representing the team of
Rages Raiders.
Alright, loving it. Thanks for everyone who's watching right now. Wind Shadow, walling off the natural, nothing unusual. Although I would
Yeah, very
say the
standard
Probe is
opening
heading
for both
out-
of our players.
Yeah, Probe maybe heading out a little bit earlier than some people would. And
He's
yes,
gotta know what's up.
Cyclists. He does indeed. So back to SCV, sir. He's just a player. I mean, over the last just few months, he has been showing so much improvement. He has been rising up the ladder.
Yeah, he's
Wind
Diamond
Shadow.
League last season.
Yeah, exactly. Wind Shadow, a newer player of ours. This is his first season with FSL. All right, very carefully checking the spawning pool, how much health it has. Means how far along it is. Wind Shadow has started the expansion. He has not. Okay, only just starting on the Cybernetics core now, so he started the Nexus first. And as long as he can wall this off properly, well, he should be nice and comfortable. I'm glad you like the team logos. Yeah, definitely some extra touching up that KJ Freedom did recently. Yeah, if you probably didn't get to watch the Twitch chat much, Empire, since you were in-game, but yeah, we've got kind of the confusing thing where a bunch of people think I'm KJ Freedom, which I'm flattered.
You could pull it off.
No, I could pull it off if I could just buy an esports team. That's the big...
That's all it takes. This man is skin deep. That's all he's got.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw him like on an actual like official what do they call him? The like player bio videos where he was talking about True, and I'm like, "Hey dude, I saw you in a video, man. You were on the StarCraft YouTube channel." Ooh, not quite a tight wall there.
The Ling is gonna see everything.
It is going to see well, if
Oh.
it makes its way up. I do not think it's going to see what's in the main. Although there isn't much. Couple gases and a pylon up there.
Double Adept opening. This could be a Zerg killer.
Yeah, potentially. It's all about what the Queens managed to do. The Adepts, a little bit of space in between them. He's going to have to reunite them once they get there. And I think SCV Sir is just kind of looking around to see if there's any hidden pylons. So they are both going for each other's throat at the same time. Oh,
Well, micro, these adepts
Yeah,
can do a ton of damage.
yeah, but they're not shading together. That's the thing. You know,
Yeah.
you really want them both, both one-shotting Zerg after Zerg.
SCV Sir's speed is a little bit late. He's having
Yeah,
trouble getting
now's the
back
time to
home.
complete. And we have a Baneling Nest also just about to complete. I mean, despite the fact he didn't have a lot to defend that, pretty minimal damage. I think the biggest thing that had going for it is Wind Shadow didn't have to deal with the Zerglings back in
It's
his...
Glaive Adepts.
It is Glaive Adepts.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so he is definitely doubling down his Adepts, but right now he's only got 2 of them in play right now. Lair attack from SCV Sir, and he's got his Roach Warren started. He also has his third, so right now just kind of a handful of Lings just kind of lurking out there.
Oh.
Oh,
gonna see all these
Baneandorf. Yeah, it's just like, huh? What are those green things there? That, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. You know, those Adepts.
Oh no! Don't let him in!
No, I would have liked to see him just warping a Stalker between those
Run the
buildings. This
probes!
could be a lot of dead
Oh my
probes.
god!
7, 10, 17 dead probes with those Adepts not even playing a factor in that.
Those adepts were so selfish. They let all of them in.
For the record, there. Yes, very terrible down. You know, I would go with the so many Banelings meme myself, but you want to go with a Stalker there. Stalkers do not take bonus damage from Banelings. The Adepts, however, can easily get taken down. This is a lot of firepower with those Glaives. They get to attack more quickly, and they were able to make very short work of those Lings, so we might very much see the game seesaw right here. He does have the Roaches coming, so...
Can he get equalizing damage?
Right, this harassment is on a bit of a timer. Once there's enough Roaches, then those...
SCV Sir was only on 40 workers before this.
Oh, well. And again,
oh,
16,
no!
18, he's lost more workers than the opponent did. Again, Banelings would do just fine against these Adepts, too. And they are just shading right into the other worker line. He doesn't want to be attacking with straight-up Lings against Glaive Adepts. He wants to either be doing Banelings or even better Roaches. Roaches can just shrug off those attacks. So what we have now, at almost the 7-minute mark, is a fairly low econ game. And
close the door!
More than equalizing that damage. I think he's got it closed. Now, he might be able to get a cancel. It might sacrifice some Lings, though. Here come the Roaches. Some of them are already a bit hurt, though.
SCV Sir needs a drone more than anything else.
Right. He's got... Oh, he got the cancel, so that makes that worthwhile. But yes, he's got 12 drones being made. He has upgrades going for Roach Speed and Zergling Attack. We've got an Immortal getting ready to pop out. So I think Wind Shadow definitely adjusting to the Roach play here. And there we go. There we go. That's terrifying morphing sound.
I'm pretty sure Banelings are SCV Sir's favorite unit, because he will use them even against a clump of roaches.
He also enjoys his Nidus Worms too, from what I've seen. Alright, transferring workers is SCV Sir. I was actually just about to point out his natural was oversaturated. And
SCV Sir's not careful. He'll give up this army on his side of the map, and this Protoss ball could be really hard to deal with if he doesn't have the larva to remap.
Needs something to fight them. There we go. The Roach Bane. And this this match, it's like piles of worker corpses on both sides here. 23 down. SCV Sir just lost a couple. SCV Sir is supply blocked right now.
Oh my god!
Oh.
This one immortal.
They're
His whole
just
job
trying
is put
to
the
do their
base back
job.
together.
Now the thing about Banelins, though, you're sacrificing them when they attack, so still, if they can focus down that immortal, they should do all right against those stalkers.
Yeah, I mean, Wind Shadow's only on 12 workers now. I think there's not a lot to write about this
Right.
one.
They're both very hurt, but Wind Shadow's economy was what took the most damage there. Even though that hatchery went down, SCV Sir can remax. Wind Shadow
And his injects
will
are good,
have a tougher
too.
time. Spawn in there. This is very interesting, trying to cast this while there's people texting me questions about what we want done with the windows. Very drafty, and Greenpire, you used to live in Minnesota. Even with the plastic on the windows, we were losing a lot of heat, so we are trying to prepare for that.
It's helping you with your
Yeah, it is.
multitasking, Hyper Turtle.
No, it's helping with my economic management, because this is not gonna be cheap, but in the long run, this is probably going to save us a lot of money, but it's going to take at least a few years for that to show.
Just don't get confused. Don't get confused. Wind Shadow, Windows.
Yep. The window shadows. No, that's great. I do tech support for a living, so when I kept talking about needing to take a moment to talk about fixing Windows, I had to keep telling them not the OS, dude. So, yeah, I was surprised how many laughs I got off of that, because you'd think that stuff's been done.
Never gets old, Hyper Turtle. Never gets old.
Nope. We have operating systems that are named after the stuff we look out at from.
SCP Sir's doing like a little bit of a surround. It's,
Yep. Yes.
I mean, it's
indeed.
only 4 roaches on the top side, don't get me wrong, but
This is interesting. Both of them have destroyed each other's third multiple times now.
oh, he's taxing his ability to respond to the 4 roaches.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, he's actually going. He's eliminating those roaches, but then Nexus goes down again.
SCP Sir hates the 3rd base of the Protoss. He will not allow it to stay up.
And once again, yeah, these are like platinum, low diamond players right now that we're watching. And this is very basic unit compositions, but they are just doing a whole lot of damage with it. I love that Wind Shadow has multiple immortals mixed in. And let's see, he is going after the 4th this time. And yes, thank you for the positive feedback. Sometimes Twitch viewers don't give people that, and I love it when it's there. Alright. And this is, how many roaches we got? 30 of them.
Enough.
Versus,
That's how many we have.
well,
Enough.
Versus 7 stalkers, 3 immortals, and 4 zealots. I would say that is enough roaches. You want to talk about stuff with homes. It's like, oh, we've got a lot of roaches. Oh, did you call the exterminator? No. But also, shout out to the guy who was inspecting the window in this room momentarily, because he immediately recognized the poster on the screen here. It's like, oh, StarCraft, that's awesome. I mean, he did kind of call it old school, and I say StarCraft is gaming, no matter how long ago it released. 15 years, by the way. That was the 15th anniversary last week, and Blizzard did actually make a social media post about it. Kind of focusing on the campaigns, but a social media post nonetheless. And by the way, this is over. More and more things being destroyed and depowered.
What a great game.
Yep, this is the way it can end up. But Wind Shadow got his licks in. In the end, they both lost a ton of workers. Wind Shadow fair and simple, he lost more. Alright, that brings the team of Infinite Cyclists up to 3 wins.
Infinite Cyclists.
Dangerous territory.
You reach 5 wins, then the day belongs to your team. And we are going to be moving on to Incorporeal. KJ, you gotta leave the score screen. All right. Yeah, I don't know about Instagram streams. I know about TikTok gaming streams. I remember
It's
that
the same
StarCraft Observer was doing those for a bit, and with no competition whatsoever. It's like the only StarCraft 2 stream on TikTok. You have to watch me. What was Tiger a moment ago? Oh. We're just checking to see if there's some lag for SCV, sir. Okay. We are ready. This is to be match 2 of this matchup. Again, their points go to the total. It's just going to be 2 matches between each. Wind Shadow, however, he's also going to off-race, and there's a fly dive bombing me. I hate it. Well, just,
You are
reserve.
watching
Absorb its out.
FSL.
Make your own unit out of it. In the upper left, we have the pink Zerg. He is.
SCV, sir.
And he is playing for the team of.
Infinite Cyclists.
His opponent up. He is the green Protoss named.
Wind Shadow.
And he is playing for the team of.
Rages Raiders.
I love the computer avatar screen that he came up with.
Yeah. So coming out of that last game, what do you think Wind Shadow does differently up against SCV, sir?
I think he's going to prepare a little bit more against those Banes early on. He did a great job adjusting to a composition that could do a lot of damage to roaches. But so much would have changed if he just had a couple stalkers blocking those walls, So I think they're just both going to be a little bit more protective of their workers, because if you lose them, you can eventually lose everything. Gorsiest is mentioning, don't over macro the probes when you're trying to get them away from Banes, because that can just make them clump up. It can be tricky. Especially when it's that many Banes. If it's just a couple, well, you send one probe over and sacrifice it, but boy. Who else just randomly clicked? I don't know. Also, if you guys want to check out the previous matches of the season, or even previous seasons, the Psystorm Gaming YouTube channel is where the VODs are, as well as some other fun stuff. Definitely check out, we did sort of a podcast panel last year with some pro players about the most recent balance patch, which is still active, and we did a bunch of pros and Joes stuff, where some of our players either teamed up with pros or did 2 versus 1 matches against them. Some of the results were pretty interesting. And we're planning to do more of those too. We do have our contacts, and it is indeed Baneley Nest again. Check that
Bane
out.
has 6 lings to start. So.
Right, and now you
Very
did ask
similar
what
flavor.
Wind Shadow might do differently. Well, he is going Stargate this time.
Ooh.
We saw kind of that proxy Stargate Void Ray last time. I'm guessing he's gonna try for a charged up Oracle, but we're gonna have to see here. Now, if you do go Void Ray first against Zerg, there's some room for Overlord hunting. I only really see one from SCV Sir that's on that side of the map. Still, sometimes an alternative to going after their economy is just going after their supply. And here come the links. I love how SCV Sir will just split the pairs of lings around, try to find things that are on their way over there. And we do indeed have an Oracle getting ready to come out. It is an Adept taking care of the wall again. And I think we're going to see the same thing. SCV Sir is going to get them out of view, morph them, and give it another shot. Please, 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 just put a Stalker there. It'll survive a lot better than those Adepts will. I don't think I see these early Baneling buffs against Protoss much.
The problem that SCV Sir is going to have is he was going to potentially blow up all his Banes, but there's not going to be... Oh?
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot
behind it.
Yeah. But still,
Here come all the
there's
legs.
the Zerglings behind it. And one thing, Wind Shadow, and I think Wind Shadow's just realizing this, he might be bringing the Oracle back to defend, but he did not charge it up.
Well, he's got an...
Not
Well,
even
he
energy
almost
charge.
had another one that's going to pop out. This is big trouble. He needs to recall it.
Yes, there's a lot of damage they can get. Yes, that's the other option. You know, you can Chrono Boost, you can recall, or you can overcharge. And look at that, the pylon went down. Warp Gate just barely caught with 0.2 on the count. And the other...
Did you see the... There's a gap between the Cyber Core and the Stargate, so there's two holes in the wall.
There's a few little mistakes that Wind Shadow made, and like I said, the other big one is usually, oh no, 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 no.
What gap? That
30,
gap!
30 Zerglings on the map right now. Those Oracles are going to end up running out of energy. He did just charge up the previous Oracle.
Oracles are pretty good.
Also, yeah, exactly. He didn't stack them immediately, but he is now, so 15 workers down. And this is the same sort of tale as last game. Just losing a lot of workers right at the beginning. But this
That's
time
such a gutsy move. The Bane. Is he gonna kill them? Hello?
Well, you know, another thing I don't see enough. You know how people will morph the roaches into Ravagers when they're about to die? Why not morph some of your nearly dead Zerglings into Banelings? Aside from the fact they usually die anyway.
SCV Sir is definitely ahead, but he has not made a ton of drones behind this, so
Radar
despite
con
losing
pointing
as
the
much as
praise.
Wind Shadow did, he's not that far behind. He's not in a great position, but he's not dead.
Well, I mean, he sacrificed a lot of units for that. I think it more than paid off myself.
I think he needs a full wall. Drone up or probe up onto base and make something really gross.
Right, if his opponent, and I mean, generally, I don't think SCV Sir
bust
does
him
a lot of aerial stuff. If he, you know, he could potentially just have some flying units to keep things busy. But yeah, SCV Sir not planning to change anything. And again, he's not using armored units to cover that wall. Zealots, sentries, and adepts, they take all this bonus damage from Banelings. Stalkers do
beautiful.
not. It is, I don't know. I have a tear in my eye for these probes.
This is every Zerg's dream. This is what we go to bed sleeping, thinking about.
Yeah, and look at that. Yeah, classic Artosis pylon, as they call it. That is 5 depowered gateways now. But I
And the
don't think
wall
he got
is
the money to do much with
wide
it anyway.
open. There's 40 more Zerglings on the way.
It is not a wall, and this is.
The
I
whole
don't
position.
think-
Now he's just styling on him.
I don't think the situation's going to improve. That's kind of my take on this.
I don't know. Storm heals a lot of wounds, Hyper Turtle.
Well, if he can get there. He does have charge, by the way. And, yeah, he might as well go ahead and charge up those, one of those oracles again.
He needs to wall off.
He needs armored units, man. Zealots do not do well against Banelings.
He keeps coming to bust with the Banes, and then there's just not a wall there, so he doesn't even need them.
Again, like you said, style points. I mean, he isn't using the dance command on his Zerglings, we can say that much. But, I don't know, there's just something more satisfying about Baneling explosions. Also, bonus points if they're burrowed when they get destroyed.
This is
Yeah,
rough.
KJ, you're being asked the best compliment you ever got. I'm KJ, the best compliment I ever got
The Nidus
was early on in my tech support career when it was still what do you say, customer facing before I got into corporate IT. And one of the customers, found out was a former Miss Illinois and Miss September, called me a genius. So that is any computer nerd stream there.
The queen with the tumor. No.
Tumor went down though. He does not get the style points for that.
We also didn't kill the Nidus, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
That Archon's just that Archon. Yep. And let me tell you, Gorsius, you calling me a genius, that's my second greatest compliment I've ever received. So thank you.
Here come the Banes. After 9 minutes, Wind Shadow made it to Eastern side of the map.
And for the history, yes, I did look her up, and yeah, everything matched up. She was also in a handful of like Elvis beach movies. I should say this was all stuff like from the 50s when she got those titles. So, but yeah, still.
SCV Sir has 3,000 minerals. He is RPing as JP Morgan Chase in this game.
And yeah, look at him. He's just taking his fourth. I think at this point he's like, I can probably do all right here. Now, one thing I would like to see him have right now. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's got sport crawlers and he's got one overseer. So if there's Dark Templar, he's probably covered. I would like to see him get speed on the Banelands. Again, just for style points. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. 10
just
worth
droning.
for Wind Shadow.
Oh, here come the Archons.
Okay, double Archon. They're just ignoring the queens. He's just like, I need to kill some of your workers. That is all I need. All I want to do this game. I just want you to see some of your workers die. I don't care what happens after that.
How many Banelings to kill an Archon? I'm pretty sure it's like 13.
It depends on the attack and shield upgrades. But yeah, the answer, how many Banelings does it take to kill an Archon? More than SCV Sir have. But yes, from here, their shields are pretty depleted.
I mean, Wind Shadow's making a game of it. I don't think he has much of a chance, but he's punching him back.
Just to throw things around, if we're talking StarCraft stuff, I love times on the Pylon show where In Control and Artosis said that I asked a great question. Also, in the lead up to the, while they were doing promotion for StarCraft Remastered, I did a lot of commenting in the official forums, and they actually did put my name in one of the screenshots when they were showing off the new lobbies for winning or creating a game in StarCraft Remastered. So they did that where a bunch of the people who were active in the forum, they just used their game names for some of the screenshots they were previewing.
We live for the screenshots, man.
Yeah, so of course I did a capture of that. The website is still there, but you actually have to search for it. I think it's Social Features StarCraft Remastered, but it is no longer linked from the homepage because they scaled all the homepages back. And Wind Shadow, I think he is just dead set on trying to get revenge against his opponent's workers, but these mutas have something to say about that.
Yeah, without the Oracles, I mean, they would have had a hard time against the Banelings anyway.
The Oracles are almost everything he's got left. And KJ, feel free to chime in anytime that someone asks a question directed at you. KJ is running production right now. He's got Hyper Turtle, and then my co-caster is Gree Empire. We're with Minnesota Barcraft, and we've been involved with a few seasons of FSL. Mutas, and Matheson, our bot, is saying something about he's doing a cow pun. I guess because of the multiple O's. And anyway,
I would love to have seen a sneaker base from Wind Shadow, and then as soon as he lost all his workers at the start, just completely wall off.
Well, I would have liked to see him have a secret base and then just save his workers.
SCV
All right, Infant Cyclists now have 4 wins on the scoreboard, so my team is doing, well, very well. Here, let's bring him in. All right. That's a lot of dead workers. I
So
mean,
many.
It was.
First game, you two just took turns slaughtering each other's workers. Second game, I mean, to begin with, it was mostly those Banelin kills, but Windshadow, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like at some point you just said to yourself, okay, there's no way I'm winning this, but I'm going to kill some of his workers and make him let him know how it feels. With that double Archon?
Well, you know, it was basically like I had to get my workers back up, and the only way to do that was to shove a couple Archons in his face, which worked, but not for as long as I needed it to.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you want the coaching, but just for the record, you got to pay attention to what Banelins do bonus damage against on both sides. Windshadow, you might have been able to survive. You might have been able to survive a lot better in both those games if you'd used a Stalker to fill up that wall. Stalkers do not take bonus damage, but Archons and Zealots do. I mean, sorry, Adepts and Zealots do, and that was my next thing.
Yeah.
Archons do not get bonus damage against Banelin. SCV, sir, you might want to reconsider trying to take out 2 Archons using nothing but Banelins. So,
I used what I had at the time, which stunk, but
Right?
I used what I had.
I think it might have actually been more effective if you'd been attacking those Archons with your drones, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I play a little of all the races. I'm an achievement tryhard, but
You're 1/3
that was,
Zerg yourself.
those were fascinating games. Never a dull moment, any of them, and I especially loved Game 1 because, boy, the denials, the third for both of you, the worker kills for both of you.
It was rough.
The amount of gates you had, I was like, where is the money coming from? I thought I killed so many workers, and now that I'm looking at the graph, you were at like 4 or 5 total workers. And I'm just surprised that they were still there. I thought they'd be canceled or something, because they were still, warping in when I killed so many workers.
I nervous build probes, so when in doubt, I build a probe.
Alrighty, but yep, and yeah, classic Artosis Pylon 2. I encourage both of you to watch the replays, not just to learn from that, but also for entertainment value, because
For sure.
those were games, and I saw some stuff I don't usually see in them. Alright, so, we're gonna be... Let me check... Yeah, we might need to take a quick break while I double check whether my code my code B and my code S are ready. But yes,
Cool.
that was amazing.
It was fun.
GG, guys.
I
well
got
done.
in a funk there where I couldn't remember to tech up. I don't know what I was doing.
I
Have all
you
this
had
minerals.
so many Surglings, and I should have punished it. I should have gone immediately for more Archon, but I didn't. So, and Storm. I needed more Storm, but I just, because of the worker slaughter, I just couldn't quite get it up.
I don't think either of you had a chance to tech up very much.
Yeah, it was pretty much a slog.
Alright. Okay, so...
It was
little
like I was
video
playing
break.
Linux too. Not only did it look like I was playing Linux,
In the first game, those 3 banelings or 4 banelings that connected with the natural workers, I couldn't believe the connects. They were so many dead drones or probes.
yep. It's tough to get away from those. Did you have the speed upgrade for the banelings at all, or no? No, they weren't.
No,
rolling,
no.
were they?
No, they weren't rolling. Yeah,
No.
they didn't see me rolling.
Okay, there's a good one. Hey, Hayton.
I definitely see you hating though. Hating those probes.
And
Yeah,
yes, for
yeah.
the record, we did bring up the so many Banelings meme. And the terrible, terrible damage one as
Terrible,
well.
terrible damage. I had to defense my base, or else right, GG.
What I was defending against in both games that just would not let me go was this stupid fly that keeps dive bombing me, just like landing on me and really frustrating me.
He's just trying to give you some pointers. I mean, isn't he a Zerg? I don't know.
He's a great little fighter jet flying around all over my place.
That's what gave you the ideas for the mutas at the end, wasn't it?
I tried to kill him with the mutas, but I couldn't catch him.
Too fast.
Okay, so yes, Clem is going to be ready. So it is going to be him against Wind Shadow.
Good luck.
And
Good to
Wind
see
Shadow,
my-
what are you off racing as?
You get to see my off-race Zerg.
Oh, great.
You played enough.
You thought it was
played
bad
enough
as
Zerg
Protoss.
matches to be reasonably
Well,
right,
well, you saw an example of what you can do, so
I
let's go.
did. Perfect.
Just Baneling it up.
Right? When in doubt, build banelings. Never spilled banelings instead.
Never cry over spilled Banelings, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so we're getting everyone in. I've got Clem in game, but we do need to get him into camera and voice. And thank you, SCV, sir.
You're welcome.
Well done, man.
Job done.
Job done.
Job done. Yes, indeed. What is it? Darkness called. But I was on the other line. So I let it go to voicemail. And I tried to call him back, but nothing happened. And I'm like, hey, Darkness, pick up. Darkness must have call screening. I love
see.
that. You know, for those of you who like repeatedly clicking on the same unit to see the goofy things they say, the
Demon Hunter, right?
well, no, it's actually multiple heroes have referenced that same Darkness Calls
Oh,
joke.
okay.
And yes, I forget which other one, but there's another one that has some line about, you know, Darkness, is that you? Yeah, the Demon Hunter's been trying to reach you. It's like, so yeah, it's like a kind of crossover there to make sure you are.
I see Matheson's calling out Hyper and KJ, talking about who's cooler.
Well, people keep talking about us, and yes, definitely thank you to those of you who have been showing appreciation to my casting. And yeah, we need Clem to join the camera and join the voice. Here.
What am I up against?
I'm giving him the
What's-
instructions.
what's-
I don't think Clem has, and this is Clem with a K, by the way. I don't think he's played a match with us just yet. Okay.
Isn't
let's
it
bring
Clam?
the voice in game it is, and I think that's a joke on something Clem actually did in some tournaments. All right, Clem, welcome.
Hello.
All right.
Oh, sure.
You got the instructions for getting on video?
Yes, I'm just trying to get the audio.
Okay, thank you very much. Clem here is all the way over in Africa.
That's true.
Those are the facts.
Indeed. No disputing them. So,
Camera to load. Can I use the voice without camera on my computer? Because I'm already streaming on my phone.
now the camera is part of the requirement. If you're not able to, we can have Arduous Gem play in your spot. But yeah, we had to specify that that's a requirement. There were just too many questions being asked about it. Okay,
Yes.
there. You looks just fine to me. pretty high quality, actually. Hey, man.
Ah, thank you.
All right.
Uh,
How is, straight from chat, how is the weather in Algeria right now?
It's a little spicy.
I'll
Can
take
say it's
spicy.
hot. Yeah, yeah. It's not that hot, but it's spicy enough.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just double check again. And Wind Shadow, we know you very well at this point.
Yes. Hopefully.
Even those in Twitch who have never watched FSL before. Right now, I think there's a general consensus that you are the only player in this league.
That may or may not be true.
Or at least on your team. We shall see.
They don't. Yeah.
Actually,
they don't have any evidence otherwise.
this is interesting because actually, yeah, you and Revenant Rage, just the two of you, are pretty much handling the whole thing.
That's right.
How is you? First of all, which race were you playing as again?
Against Clem, Zerg.
Okay. And how is your Zerg?
Unranked. So we'll see. I don't think I've
Oh.
played with Zerg for months,
All right.
but I did stay at a Holiday Inn, so.
Okay.
Is that a prerequisite?
Maybe.
I think I remember, like, the first time I ever beat the original Double Dragon arcade game was at a Holiday Inn while we were on vacation. It was one of those where, back when the pools occasionally had arcade games kind of on the border. So, yeah, old memories. Old memories. So we're going to get you in here.
I'm sorry to cut you. I just want to ask a question. When we do the rest between games, am I supposed to come back to Discord or should I go back to the site?
You are allowed to bring in someone to coach you in between at Code B.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the voice chat because last time you couldn't hear me in the voice chat. I didn't know what was the problem exactly.
I mean, we can hear you now.
No, we'll
we're
move you out of
saying-
this chat when the game starts. If that's what you mean.
You want Clem, and if you want to save bandwidth, you can leave the voice chat during the game,
Okay.
and then
This
just
can
get
work.
back on there for the interview afterwards.
Yeah, if you mute, it's not gonna do anything. You're gonna
Right.
save bandwidth. So.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, are we ready to go?
Good luck. Have
Ready?
fun.
Terran versus Zerg.
Good luck.
All right. We're
Look,
gonna
have fun,
divide you up.
guys.
Okay, and yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of actual TV in quite a while. Explain the Holiday Inn TV ad reference to me. Empire, are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar in the slightest.
Oh man. I'm talking like commercials from the late '80s. Which hotel advertising series was the whole "We'll leave a light on for you"? Whose catchphrase was that?
That's Motel
Wasn't it
6.
Super 8?
No, it's
Oh, yeah,
Motel
maybe Motel
6.
6.
Hotels. What was with them and putting those numbers in there? Do you remember when hotels actually bragged about having HBO complimentary? Now no one cares. Anyway, in the lower right we have the purple Terran. He is
Clem.
and he is playing for the team of
Infinite Cyclists.
his opponent, the Zerg. Off racing in the orange. She is.
Wind Shadow.
And he is playing for the team of
Rages Raiders.
Home Box Office. That is actually what HBO stands for. Did I say which team he playing for the team of?
Rages
Alrighty.
Raiders.
So yeah,
So
I
is-
don't know much about Wind Shadow's Zerg. He says he's barely played as it. Usually we require players to have, done a significant amount of laddering as them. But allegedly his Zerg is bad enough, and we shall see about that.
It's always
Uh,
interesting to see people off race because you can tell they kind of know what to do, but they kind of do it in like a goofy, funky way. Like he kind of left both of his overlords
Yeah,
at
they know what
home. He
their
had a weird
opponents
order
do.
for his drones, but like he knows what he's supposed to do.
They know what they're supposed to do. They don't always know how to do it. And Clem, by the way, he is he's fairly new to the game. He got recruited into here by his friend Harus, who will be playing Code S very shortly. So he's got a good teacher here. He's got other friends who play StarCraft 2 as well. But he's an amateur on this, and we're talking for Code B. We're talking like Gold 2 all the way down to Bronze. So we are going to be seeing very different types of games here. Yeah, pretty straightforward with Clem, though. He is expanding right away. He is walling off completely on his main. And he is sending that Reaper across to do scouting. Now, a big tell here is going to be how much of his focus he has to put into that Reaper. How much
A
macro
lair? What?
You know, don't ask questions. This is his pocket build here. But
Doesn't have
yes,
any
we
wings
don't.
either.
He doesn't have a queen. So this is.
Well, he shouldn't have a queen yet.
Yeah, but I mean, he can't make a queen while this one is morphing.
Is he gonna lose the Reaper to the drones?
Oh,
He might. But at the same time, I mean, he's getting workers pulled heavily. You know, here's another interesting thing when you're I don't know if this is our absolute biggest, but this is a pretty high viewership. And again, I can't thank enough the 70 people who are all watching right now. I'm actually one of them because I have to keep an eye on the chat and whether things are actually showing up properly on the screen.
Thank you to the 69 people who are watching. Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they just dropped to 68, so that you can't tell that joke. They saw that coming. They saw that coming. They are so tired of people throwing that number around like it's so hilarious. Now, the Reaper, by the way, is still live. I'm very curious what to expect from Wind Shadow. At this lower level, sometimes it's hard to tell. Are these guys doing stuff differently because they haven't really learned this, or are they doing this differently because they have some trick up their sleeve that you're not aware of? And
Clam's build seems really
especially-
solid.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it looks really standard. Wind Shadows is... He's pushing buttons on the keyboard, that's for sure. I'm honestly a little worried for Wind Shadow.
I'm very worried for him because he went to all that trouble to make that lair. So far, he hasn't even set up anything that the lair would be required for. Got a bunch of slow Zerglings moving across. Yeah, very much a team effort, but KJ designs a lot of this. Me, well, I got a associate's degree in tech support. I was told heavily that you really need a bachelor's if people are going to hire you on permanently, so I got that in performing arts. I do a little combination of the nerdy and the theatrical.
That's what life needs, man.
And yes, I like to go for the drier side of humor.
At some point, Clam, stop making workers. That's otherwise his build seems really, really solid. His worker count's just a little low.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire on the siege tank, but not much else. And yeah, then just sent another wave in. And I mean, they're hiding in the same place that his opponent from last game was hiding them, but not morphing them to Zerglings.
I think the killer here
He
is
does not have a Baneling nest.
Wind Shadow doesn't have a third base. He's injects are he has some of them, but they're really inconsistent. I think he's gonna have a massive larva problem if the game continues to go into this kind of macro game we're seeing.
Just not, and by problem we mean just not having enough larvae out there. And I do not. Okay, yeah, he is spawning larvae here and there, and making both a third and a macro hatchery. There we go, next level.
And a fourth. He heard me.
Hey. I think both
the
players,
gods.
This can happen a lot at lower level, but both players have a bit of a bank going right now, and here and there you realize that, and you're like, oh, I'd better make something. Why not double expand?
Here comes
and
a medevac.
Here we go. Yep, a marine tank drop, and well, he's gonna have to figure out how to deal with this. Stimpack just completed, so this is not a bad timing as far as his own build goes. How do you rate players? KJ, tell him how to rate players.
Put him on the spot.
I did, but he's refusing to get baited into joining voice, so he's just typing. And there we go. The C, he's gonna want to see.
This isn't that much.
Yeah, he did stem, but he doesn't have a lot to deal with either. I think one of the biggest issues is that the tag still hasn't sieged.
If he took both medevacs, this would be super lethal.
I think it might be lethal anyway, and you see he is A-clicking, F2 A-clicking across, so this is going to go from bad to worse very quickly. But yes,
oh, he
follow
sent
that link
the workers
KJ
back.
posted.
Tank goes down. This is a cleanup,
Alright.
but here comes at the front door. Oh,
The
nope.
Reaper.
He says maybe not, and he just
Okay,
goes home.
11 workers dead. And right now, I mean, you look at production, yeah, 12 drones being made. I think that's the right call, but as he's doing that, his opponent is building more. Those Marines have been stemmed.
Clam's got a third base floating over. He's got a decent army. I think he's feeling good.
AJ joins the MCU. You know what I'm waiting? I'm just waiting for Warner Brothers to sell the DC universe to Disney. You know it's going to happen sooner or later. We're gonna have every single superhero pretty much under one banner eventually. And I mean, we've already seen plenty of that. Not so much with Marvel, but you know, DC, they bought out back in the day. What was it? Like Charlton Comics, Elite Comics. I don't know. Sometimes I get mixed up on which ones they actually owned to begin with. Like which ones were just DC's labels. But
Comes a
anyway.
massive bile ball right in the front.
Yep, and he's doing great with stimming. He's remembering to stem before things match up, getting a few liberators out.
Cheeky little counterattack's actually doing a lot of damage.
Yes, indeed. But, well, honestly, he's killing
Is there a
some
Bane
workers,
nest?
but not many. No, there is not a Bane nest.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
And I think one of the biggest things, Clem isn't really sieging the tanks that he's attacking with. But in the end, he's got so much of a supply advantage, it does not matter. And tricky thing, Terran can be a tricky Greenpire Lantern. Alright, we are going to copyright that.
I love it. This is getting pretty close to all she wrote for a Wind Shadow. He's almost a single-digit supply.
Yes, subathons involve a lot of streaming. We have the GG. This is not a subathon. This is one matchup, which I believe Instant Cyclists just we're pulling ahead here. I don't think it's possible the Code S match will be just for the fun of it.
That was super solid from Clam.
Yeah, he didn't do anything fancy. He built a bunch of Marines, medevacs, and tanks, and he used them. Sometimes it's that simple. I mean, there's some stuff where Harus has given his seal of approval to his friend. Yes, that was very well done. He had the army, and he did the right stuff with it. Fast learner indeed. All right, next map will be Last Fantasy, known among the StarCraft players as that 3-player map.
Yep, I have it vetoed.
I'm not really. I thought you liked the variety, man.
Nope.
Just got fed up with it, huh?
Too much RNG. I'm not fun.
Oh, come on. You play a Zerg. You send an Overlord to one of them, and the one, if there isn't anything there, you know it's the other.
Yeah, but then I can't scout what they're doing.
Okay, alright. You know, they're probably leaning towards giving another 4-player map a try. We haven't seen those in years, but I guess we'll see. I think basically that whole video inject exploit has thrown a big wrench into actually testing out the maps, and the Team Liquid is judging.
I think
All
it's
right,
available now,
let me
isn't it?
just ask them if they're ready. the latest Team Liquid map contest has started. It did a while ago, but that's the current one is for team maps. And what I'm referring to is that there's like a person or a group of people who previously had used some exploits in the names of the maps to try to make the lists of lobbies just sort of lock up. More recently, they found a way that with arcade maps that have some videos in them, they could hijack things and make offensive stuff within the game or in the background after.
You are watching.
Enough about that, though. At the top, we have the red Terran here.
Clem.
And he is playing for
Infinite Cyclists.
his opponent in the lower left, the Zerg. In the green, he is.
Wind Shadow.
And he represents the team of
Rages Raiders.
Alright, he's actually sending overlords off towards both the possible starting points. Anyway, back to this video inject thing, yeah. So it was stuff like, you know, like videos of shootings or racist stuff or, you know, whatever else. And what they had to do, because, you know, news was getting out about it, was they had to basically disable the ability for people to upload maps or mods that they created.
My comment
They've
was,
done some work on it.
didn't they turn it back on though?
They turned it back on for some players, and then they deactivated it for them. I think now there are some players who can still, some creators who can still upload right now. I'm not sure if they got verified individually or what, or whether it's just random. And yes, if you want to do shoutouts, go ahead and do shoutouts. We're not going to stop you. But the big thing that it's not just the, you know, mod and arcade community that's suffering on that. If you think about it, if you set up a balance patch test mod, you can't upload it. If you want to try out maps that are being judged in the Team Liquid map contest, you probably can't upload those. So it's kind of a mess. They're working on it, and they're communicating more than they usually do as far as the customer support goes. They've been doing some basic status updates of it on the official forums, how far along they're at. Which, like I said, still not optimal, but better than usual. Usually this sort of stuff, when it comes to trying to fix big things, is a lot of silence. And then they just fix it when they fix it.
Where'd the Reaper go?
I think the Reaper died.
I did die. What? What happened to him?
It got reaped.
Rip. Well, that's a major deviation from the last game. The Reaper actually did decent damage last time. Wind Shadow actually has Lings to start with, and he's doing the exact right thing. As soon as you kill the Reaper, you go straight across the map. This is a huge deviation from last game.
No early layer either. So
No early layer
I like
either.
it a lot better. You know, the big thing is if you start constructing a layer right off, that means you're gonna have to wait quite a while to get a queen out of that hatchery. Did they? Yeah, they actually managed to get in. But you know, he's gonna see. I don't think he's gonna do much damage.
Yeah. But that's enough. Wind Shadow continues to avoid getting a third base.
Yeah. Oh, he might. No, he's getting one. He's on the right track right now.
All right. Now we're cooking.
Yes, indeed. Wind Shadow actually had in supply as well, although currently supply blocked. He's got 2 overlords in production. But yeah, Clem is just doing some very solid stuff. And again, they're asking if you approve of the Zerg right now.
He's not doing bad. I think he's made the right adjustments. I think this game has the potential to look a lot closer than it did last game.
It's actually going to be army versus army. Now, Clem, it's interesting with Terran. A lot of people start with them, you know. In both StarCraft games, they're the first races you play as, and from what people say, if you're familiar with other RTS games, they're
Need
the
another Reaper?
closest. They're the closest to kind of traditional RTS factions. But they also require a lot of extra stuff. You gotta know when to siege, you gotta know when to stem.
A Banshee. Oh my goodness.
Now again, this is a unit that Wind Shadow's familiar with. He hasn't really played against it much, and he has not gone with the general rule of thumb of making sure to have a sport crawler in each base by the 4 or 5 minute mark. Going to lair, I'm very curious what.
Well, it's
very
kind of a
curious what
normal
the
time
adjustments
layer.
will be. Yeah.
He just has a low worker count for it. There's no. I don't think he's
Well-
gonna get anything done with this, unless it's just a contain. I don't think he can go into clam space.
We're gonna have to see as far as that Banshee goes. It's just one of them, and I think right afterwards, I believe he's switching to a reactor instead of a tech lab now. And I don't believe that there are no upgrades that have been completed yet. That Banshee will not be cloaked. I think it's just kind of there defensively for a little bit of extra damage.
He only
Good
has
use of
3
scab.
queens, so it could do decent damage.
Here. Let's see, where is it right now? It is making its way, getting closer and closer to that base. If you guys do ever want to pick my brain on lore, I know a lot more about the StarCraft storylines than most people. I've read all the comics and novels. So I might not be GM, but if there's ever a quiz, I'm probably going to be able to beat most pro players. If the
2,
question is stuff. Oh, yep.
3, 4.
All right.
Oh, it's not being microed at all.
No, and it's the classic kind of F2, but then you
Oh
realize.
no,
that
the
there's-
queen!
Oh man.
Oh, this
It's
Banshee!
It's the classic F2
Get
A
out!
move, and then you realize that none of your army can attack air. All right.
So that was 8 workers, and Wind Shadow doesn't have link speed for some reason. I think he might have forgotten it. Hydra upgrades. Oh my goodness. He's a Giga gamer.
Indeed. And no, I have not done any StarCraft fan fiction, but the lore of it, I'd say you can credit most of it to Chris Metzen for at least getting it rolling. If you compare the original StarCraft story to the story in Warcraft 1 and 2, there virtually was no story in Warcraft 1 and 2. And what there was almost entirely in the manual.
This is a ton of tanks. I think Roach Hydra is
Yeah.
just... It's gonna melt against this.
He's gotta siege him ahead of time though. That was the big thing missing last match. I'll take that.
Both of them, their worker counts are both super low. I can tell that Clam has like a really solid build, it feels like, in the beginning. But I feel like for both of them, it just kind of trails off after a certain point.
Workers are easy to forget as your opponent's getting in your face. It's like, oh, gotta keep this army going, gotta keep this army going, but you need the workers to support that army. So it's something where you have to find the balance of.
I think to get to Diamond League, all you really have to do is make 80 workers every game, any race.
And then A-move those workers across the map.
Sometimes.
Yes, workers are easy to forget. Thankfully, there's no AI unit in StarCraft that you can try to replace them with.
Oh, there's a drop! There's a
There's
drop!
a drop indeed.
Does he remember that there's a drop, though? Oh, now he does! He's going
He's
in!
moving again. He's gotta hop him out. I
He's
think
gonna
there's enough to
harass
deal
this
with
macro
it.
hatch.
They're gonna take out a queen. I don't think they're gonna destroy the hatchery before the enemy gets here, though. And here we
Get
go.
out!
Roach
Get out!
Hydra.
Run!
And Roach Hydra, by the way, a lot easier to control than like Zergling Bane. You can just kind of let them target on their own for the most part. Terran has +1/+1 upgrades, but no stim or combat shields yet.
Oh, he picked up his
opponent
CC
has,
before his orbital was done.
Yeah, and I mean, why not? All right, the armies are gonna clash. They are very close in supply right now. I think the siege tanks, which are already siege, are gonna be a big
This
difference maker
is-
here.
He could delay the base, but the Zerg army is not going to stack super well against this. Is he going to lose the CC?
There's, as they say, a lot of damage per second.
I think that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. The Zerg wanted to poke in, make the base lift off, and then just back up.
I think Chad is making fun of my male pattern baldness.
I mean, what's not to make fun of, Hyper Turtle?
As clean as Mr. Clean. I make fun of it a lot because people think it's a big deal. I get way too many of those hair restoration ads on YouTube. I'm like, you think I want it back? If you have hair, you have to take care of it. You know, I have a very nice goatee to even things out.
Oh, what upgrades do we have?
Hydras
do not have the speed upgrade.
Yeah, this is interesting. Wind Shadow, an error he's made. He's given a bunch of. He has +2 melee, but he doesn't have any melee units.
And he doesn't have link speed either.
He is researching ranged attack, but as far as the others, yeah, road speed, higher range. All right.
They're just vibing.
Yeah, they are. All right, we have the stem.
This Terran army is disgusting, though. We need a fundamentally different army from the Zerg in order to handle this.
Right. I mean, you need Ultralisk or Banes for this kind of deal. But Hydra Roche just isn't going to stand up well, even with the siege, even with the Liberators and tanks not getting sieged. Now there is a bunch of damage being done to the third base. Okay, cleaned up now.
This is getting to Protoss levels of Deathball.
Well, Clem is gradually... He is gradually sustaining more and more of a supply advantage now after that initial clash.
He just doesn't have any of even the tech to make the units that would deal with this kind of army.
No Ravagers, no Banelins. And away we go. And I think...
the tanks.
He is sieging and liberating this time. And as you see, the Zerg army just kind of disappears.
Ugh. The Terran is showing no mercy this game.
68 in our Twitch right now. Still avoiding the dreaded 69. And yeah, I think Clem has taken this. The units are just going to keep marching forward and raining destruction wherever they go. The final push, yes. No mercy like Greenpire, Lings versus Workers. Is Greenpire as Gorsius to Paliers? He seems to be talking you up a lot.
I have no idea who that is.
Alright, by the way, with 6 wins, Infinite Cyclists has taken this map. He's supposed to be doing the Code S, however. Alright, let's bring him in, though. Alright, Wind Shadow, it looked like you were struggling a little bit with your build the first game. Second game, you were able to do things a lot more by the book. In the end, I think your opponent just had the army that countered it.
Yeah, a little bit better, and I needed that AoE, but I just couldn't. I'm not really that familiar with the Zerg tech tree, so I was like, I should probably get some lurkers at some point, but like, I should also probably drone up. Like, so it was a little bit chaotic because I really haven't played Zerg hardly ever. So.
Yeah. Well, desperate times call for desperate Terrans. Yeah. And speaking of Terrans, Clem, very impressive job. You were able to build up the proper armies there. Some trip-ups here and there, like, sometimes not sieging your tanks once the fight started. But that was very solid. I think you've been learning well. How did that feel?
Thank you. It felt really good to be able to beat an opponent that is more experienced than me, I would say.
Tearing it up.
Super well done. Should be really proud of your work.
Tearing up the night. All right. I'm gonna stop doing my.
Are you going on the road soon, Turtle?
I'm gonna stop doing my Sam Didier voice because that hurts my throat. All right, but yeah. So congratulations, Clem, because you have brought it
Thank you
over
for
the
the
finish
opportunity.
line for Infinite Cyclists. We're still going to be doing Revenant Rage versus your good friend Harus. Do you have any words of encouragement for Harus?
Uh, go get him, Tiger.
Alrighty. This is live, people. This is live. You are hearing me talk. You are hearing me try to come up with interesting things to say on the spot.
No, thank
All
you.
right.
You're
Well,
doing a great job.
I
It's not
appreciate
easy.
it. Okay. Going to be switching around. We are going to be moving from code B, uh, which is our lower level, to our top level player's code S.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can
Oh
definitely do Randy Savage without my
yeah.
throat hurting. Macho Madness, running wild. All right, Chris, and here we got to bring Revenant Rage in. All right, we are going with our code S match. This one's just exhibition. Infinite Cyclists have already taken this, but Revenant Rage, are you ready to avenge your fallen one comrade?
Uh, yeah, avenge is a very strong word. I'll die trying. Emphasis on die, but
Alrighty. Yeah, usually you've done some Code S matches before, right?
yeah, I hit diamond last season, but stuff in
Okay.
my availability changed, and I haven't been able to play nearly as much as I was.
Yeah, I've just recently kind of gotten back into one-on-one matches, and I had to go on a bit of a losing streak before things started evening out. And I mean like 8 losses in a row, me almost kind of pounding my desk saying, "Why? Hey,
Yeah, it happened to me
I'm
also.
a caster." It happened to all of us, and that's why it's so
Yeah.
much fun.
Why
I
can't they
nearly
remove
reached like a
fans?
Masters too. I was like 20 MMR. And with just one win and I would reach Masters 2. And then I lost like 20 games after that. It was so sad.
All right. Well, I don't know if you heard it, but your pal Clem says, "Go get him, Tiger."
I didn't hear that. I was speaking with the others.
And no, there's tigers in Africa. I don't think they're in northern Africa. They're in. Someone's
No,
mentioning
no,
that in
no.
chat, but
There is no tigers in Africa.
right,
Except the
they're.
zoo, I guess.
Oh, okay,
But beside the zoos, though, there is no tigers in Africa.
okay. I guess India. I know there's a little bit further northeast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I know
India and
nothing
then
about
Asia.
large cat predators.
Yep.
Okay, so
We have like cheetahs in like
okay,
the south of
oh, there's
Algeria, but
lions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, I'm gonna put you in. We are gonna be starting on the map of Pylon. And Revenant Rage, I'm sure you'll surprise us. Don't give yourself some credit.
I believe in you, Rage.
Here, let me do this quickly. I just have to. Now Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like real Dr. Pepper.
Today I'm not
I'm
feeling
sorry.
so Dr. Pepper though. I'm feeling more like Mr. Pibb.
Oh no.
Everyone rags on Mr. Pibb. My wife actually really likes that, and she makes note of which restaurants actually have them in the soda fountains, like Chipotle. So yeah, I mean, eventually, Mr. Pibb will graduate from medical school, and we will have to deal with Dr. Pibb someday. Not today, probably not tomorrow. All right, guys. We are going to be going to game. I'm going to be sending you to your lobbies. Good luck. Have fun. Let's see some really crazy stuff, because we definitely have already today. All right, here we go. You know Revenant Rage pretty well. He can step up. I just don't feel like he's feeling very confident today.
He's got that. I mean, PvP, it's a 50-50 matchup, right? You just have to have
That
your
is
cheese
true,
hit
yes.
before your opponent's cheese.
I am almost positive that he's going to be trying some kind of cheese both games. I don't think he feels. I already said that. Yeah, not the most confident mood in the 2v2. It doesn't seem like there's any more of a confident mood with this one-on-one. Chris, by the way,
I think it's a deflection.
his Protoss.
He's trying to lure him to a false sense of security.
A false sense of Protoss. In the lower right, we have the blue Protoss. He is.
Haruz.
And he is playing for the team of
Infinite Cyclists.
his opponent. In the red, we have the Protoss player of
Revenant Rage.
and he is captain of the team.
Rage's Raiders.
But yeah,
So isn't this
Scott,
a little non-standard, the pylon placement even? Because he's not going to be able to wall super effectively, right? I'm talking about Rage.
yeah, it is not standard. Usually, the accepted way to start a PvP is to put a pylon there to semi-wall off with 2 gateways, and that's almost entirely based on trying to keep adepts from shading into your base. Even having a probe ready to create a shield battery with a moment's notice to block it off completely.
And Haruz sees it too, so he knows what his weakness is going to be. Does he fire up a couple of adepts right away?
The Achilles wall. Yeah, I'm very interested on that. Cruz definitely knows how to do his pylon play. Should you order food or cook? Cook, man.
Order food. What kind of
Super,
question
and
is
it has to
that?
be healthier. Free Empire, do not step on this.
Hey, we don't work jobs so that we make our own food. We work so that other people can make our food.
Just get your groceries, spend the money on StarCraft cosmetics, dude. I have heard from a reputable health expert that making your own food helps you not overeat and helps you control how many calories there are in your lunch.
But
And us StarCraft
are you
players have to
living
be
or are
clean
you really living, Hyper Turtle? I don't feel like you're living.
I am living right now. I am living, and you are making me live it. Okay? Don't mess with me, man.
Where are the adepts, Haruz?
Adepts.
Proxy
Always
Robo.
part of a balanced breakfast. That's interesting.
Here they come.
Is this going to be like some sort of warp prism drop?
I would imagine it'd be
I'm going to
Immortals.
assume, or warp prism warp in. And if he can just keep his opponent busy with some adepts shading around, which I'm pretty sure he can.
Who's going to make
could be
another
painful.
pylon?
And yes, for the record, for Disney fans out there, when it comes to large cat predators, okay.
This is going to be devastating.
Jungle Book was in India, Lion King was in Africa, so yeah, you want
2,
tigers, that's like a China India thing.
3,
I had to think about
4, 5,
that.
6.
7. Alright, lucky 7, or far from it.
Proxy Immortal, a couple stalkers on the way. This is going to be really,
Yeah.
really tough to hold.
This is cute. Just a minor setback. We got the Warcraft people, memers representing here. Although I guess at least they at least make reference to that in Heroes of the Storm. Here in the Nexus, death is merely a minor setback.
This is rough.
Ooh.
Stargate
Chris actually
fired up in
slide
response.
walked for a moment.
I don't know if that's...
Yeah. How much do you want to bet that whether or not he's able to get a flying unit out before the pylon gets destroyed? That's the
Before
thing.
he reaches 0 workers? I'm not sure.
Right now he's still got 19 workers left. I mean, don't underestimate the probe count here.
This is just textbook PvP.
Yes, it's like, aha! You did not anticipate that I would make this many stalkers and a proxy. And,
I mean, the
these
adepts
poor
being able to
probes.
get in, even of itself, is just an
I
indictment.
mean, even less probes for him to work with, and those probes are not giving the opportunity to mine. They're spending so much time away from the minerals. And right now, actually, I mean, the Stargate did not get depowered, but I don't think... Yeah, he's got 30 minerals. He can't create anything out of it just because of that. If he wants to hero Void Ray, he's gotta get some money together, and he still can't. Constantly having to pull his workers again and again.
He
And,
just A moves, like he's fine. He's microing a little too much, but it doesn't matter.
Which player are you referring to?
Haruz.
Yeah.
Haruz was like move commanding all over the places. He didn't start shooting. GG.
Alright, GG! I'm doing too many deep voices. Anyway.
This is like gonna be a clean sweep. Have we seen any wins from?
No. There have been, I'm afraid, no Raiders wins so far. Alright, we are going to be wrapping up on torches.
This is why the tournament should be done based on map score.
Well, sure
8
thing.
points.
Now, I believe Revenant Rage actually messaged you at the beginning of the second 2v2 match.
Yeah, he did.
Begging you for mercy, so will
He asked me to pray for him.
And I'm not ragging on Revenant Rage. He's already been feeling that the team of Rage's Raiders. Usually we have different players in most of the matches. In this case, 2 players had to cover everything, which
Rage is going
I don't
random.
think we've ever had before. Oh yeah, I think Revenant Rage wants to style just a little bit. And in the end, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. The team win has already been made. And yes, random for the win. That's how you get your achievements. Always do random first. In the lower right, we have the blue Protoss. He is
Haruz.
And he is representing
Infinite Cyclists.
his opponent, the random Zerg in the red. He is
Revenant Rage.
Extractor Trick, and he is playing for
Rage's Raiders.
I'm actually a little bit mixed up. Which of them chose random?
Rage did.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And he chose the right race. The Zerg.
Yes, he chose the right random there. Alright. Bonus points if you get through the gold, expand down, and you save those infested rocks by putting a creep tumor next to them. If you do that, this will actually be a moral victory, not just for you, but your entire team. Save the
Which
rocks,
is always
man.
kind of weird, because Zerg hates rocks. So the fact that Zerg's creep saves the rocks is really annoying.
Yeah, I think they created that mechanic with the expectation that Zerg would not actually be using it. I think it's just basically a way to have a barrier that just degrades over time. I don't think they actually expected a lot of players to heal the rocks, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, you know, Revenant Rage, he's played some Zerg, and you saw he was right on there, styling with the extractor trick there.
Is that second gas real?
I don't know.
That
You know,
an
again,
interesting one.
when you're in this position, it's like, is my opponent trying something really crazy that I have to
a
figure
roach
out?
warren. Is it a
Or
roach
does
rush?
Or does my opponent just, you know, not play at my level and, you know, the misread's all on me? He does have the 2 queens moving along, so yeah, he knows what kind of build order to go with anyway. But yes, I think I think he's going to just try to make a lot of roaches and just try to end this as soon as he can. And you see that a lot from random players. A lot of time, it's like, okay, if I have to practice for like all 9 matchups, I'm gonna try to go with some shorter games in all those strategies.
Unfortunately, he is supply blocked, and he's not really banking larva for these roaches.
And
And he's not
irritable-
mining gas either.
Irritable refloat. Why did you yell so loud your dog left the room? I mean, are you raging even though you're not playing? Sometimes this stuff does hit a nerve for me, so I hear you if you do. Here come the Adepts, by the way. And the Oracle. This is double harass here.
He's got roaches to defend, but these adepts could do a lot of damage. He needs to walk his workers away.
Yeah, needs to do something with them. Although the Adepts did waste a bunch of attacks on the Queen.
Still, 5 workers. That's brutal at this point in the game.
At this point of the game, and with no third for Revenant Rage, so he's gonna have to spend more.
And he scouted
larva
the
on
roaches.
So yeah, overall, that puts Harus in a very good position. He is
There's an
putting
Oracle
down
coming
a
into the
battery
base.
because he is expecting aggression. Yep,
And there's no
overcharged
spore.
Oracle at that.
This Oracle could just win the game.
Okay, my dog is actually not in the room. Interesting enough, he usually is, but we put him in a different room because of those window inspectors. But if he was in the room, I would yell loudly enough for him to leave at this point. Oh boy.
Peruz now has double the workers.
Even the revelation at the end, once he saw that he wouldn't be able to get any more pulsar shots off. Harus knows all.
Peruz is going to take a third base.
Might as well. And it is kind of interesting, you know, Harus is way ahead in worker. Revenant Rage currently ahead in army.
Yeah, but it's like, what, 2 units? What does he have?
He's gonna have.
He has 3 roaches.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess mostly is Queens right now as far as that army count goes. Blink being researched, about halfway done, and only now are we seeing Zerglin speed. Rage,
Really need some creep. We need some bases, some drones.
Can you sub Cyril here and still come back and win? Yes. And I don't know, we might be able to reach out to him because resuming from replay could be interesting. A lot of the time I'm used to the rare times I see that, and it's not just resuming the game, it's usually players stepping in the pros position. And that actually is something I want to experiment with sometime, you know, like some sort of little show match thing where we start with the Code S player. At 5 minutes, we switch to the Code A player. At 10 minutes, we switch to Code B. You know, as in just stopping it right there, and then having different players resume from replay.
There must be a mod for that.
Probably, but I mean, it's something that they even had intentionally created. Obviously, the main reason for that mechanic was to stop people chanting, we want land," at the tournaments. But, you know, they were initially showing, you know, if you get a replay of a pro game, you and your friend could choose a spot to resume from.
These stalkers are going to rip apart the Zerg's base.
Yeah,
there's not a lot you can do about it.
There really isn't. And the Dark Shrine following up, so it's like, okay, if you do answer this, I'm gonna have invisible cloaky boys, just as a fun follow-up. Revenant Rage sending overlords over to the upper left. I'm not sure if that was the rally or whether he's just trying to get them away from the stalkers. All right, he's gonna have to be more dead on with his transfuses than any player of the game has ever
Really
seen.
great micro from Harus, saving almost all the stalkers.
Yeah,
All he needs to do is dance his stalkers in the natural to really solidify this game.
Yep, just keep blinking. And,
Blinking
right.
against the drones too.
Yeah, there's the GG. Well, if you can blink.
A clean sweep.
Clean sweep. I think the first one since we started doing it here. Okay, I am proud of my team right now. All right, we had some good games there. Karus, your worker harassment is kind of brutal.
I didn't know he was gold. I really didn't know.
So my Zerg is gold. I'm black to diamond on
Oh, with
Protoss,
Protoss.
but-
Yeah, still I
yeah.
thought you were like the same level as me. The first game, I thought you are like Masters or Diamond 1. That's why I just did
Well,
some weird builds.
you know, take that as a compliment, right, Revenant?
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm just curious. Were you just gonna play with things a bit the second game when you went random?
Yeah, it's an exhibition anyway, so I just figured
Yeah,
might as well
exactly.
just have fun with it.
You know, you definitely knew what you were doing as Zerg. You had the right kind of build going. Just boy, Adept's Oracle
But
can be
does
painful.
Greenpire approve?
Greenpire?
I saw some beginnings of some really exciting Zerg play. I think the Oracles and a little bit of the Roach play at the beginning kind of killed you quite a bit. But I think you have the heart of a Zerg player in you. I want to see more of it for sure.
Where does this whole "does Greenpire approve" thing come from? I wasn't familiar with that before. Is that a Minnesota
Everybody
Barclay
vies for my
thing?
approval, Hyper Turtle. That's just how
I know
life
they
works.
do, but
I mean,
this is
he
the first time
literally
I've
beat
heard.
Cheryl, so.
Yeah, this is just the first time I've heard people in chat repeatedly ask if you approve of Zerg gameplay. So has that been coming up before? Am I late to the party?
Yeah, you just got to ask for my approval more often, Hyper Turtle.
I will.
I mean, do you approve to my Protoss gameplay or not? That's the question. You know?
Greenpire only approves of Zerg gameplay.
Only Zerg. Okay, I should have played Zerg as well.
That's exactly right.
That would have made things interesting, and who knows? Maybe with as we get the show match stuff going, we can do a little bit more off racing.
Yep. Sure.
But yes, Bruce, you know, thank you for taking it home. Infinite Cyclists actually, I believe, got the clean sweep today.
You did.
So, you know, we're not ranked number 1, but I can throw that in anyone's faces if they ask us what our claim to fame is. But honestly, both Revenant Rage and Wind Shadow, you know, you've got my respect carrying the entire league day between the two of you. I think the only thing that would have impressed me more, Revenant Rage, is if you'd also just set up a second computer next to your primary one and done the 2v2 all by yourself.
Oh yeah, like I'm good enough to do that. I can't even handle 1v1 right now.
You know, we're all hard on ourselves because it's a hard game. So, you know, you guys came to play and you played. So definitely respect for both of you there. We're gonna be wrapping up here. Do we want to take a very quick look at who's playing next weekend?
We sure do.
Schedule here.
When do you guys want to stream after this? Can host you.
No. I'm still working my internet a little bit, but yeah, if there's any suggestions in the Twitch chat for who we should raid, we gotta keep passing the love along. Schedule. Here we go. Wow. I had a lot of trouble finding that.
So you want to show the schedule? I guess let's show that on screen.
Yeah. How about you show it on screen so that I can see
Yep.
it? Because I think I went to the wrong schedule.
So yeah, you just
The
gonna
pro
scroll
that I am.
down.
Mhm.
Week 9, Angry Space Haters and Rageous Raiders.
Okay, so Rageous Raiders is coming back. Hopefully next Saturday will, you know, be a little bit more of a schedule-friendly thing for his team. As far as things go, you know, Steadfast is a good friend of ours. He did that podcast episode with us, so that's where I think we should send people. But yeah, come back next week. Check out the YouTube. Check out the Psystorm Gaming YouTube channel for our previous matches. Just you know, tell your friends about us. And again, people who are interested, my Discord is hyper_turtle. And if you reach out to me, you know, we can just kind of set expectations, see if this is the kind of league you want, See if you're a player that's a good fit. And I am going to see what I can do about trying to even out the placement of those posters that I had to move. So I will see you next time.
Excellent. GG, gamers.
Yay!
Cheesy nachos. Ages Raiders. Infinite Cyclists. Angry Space Bears. Cold